Slicky.
So Jay Park used to be part of Day Six.
Ooh.
So here we go. Alvin, you can play it.
Cool.
Magic 89.9.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Boys Night Out. You got here Slick Rick, and we are talking to, yes, we've got Jay Park on the show right now, but he has a new name. It's eaJ. eaJ, what's up?
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
No. I mean, you are in a different time zone, so thank you.
We definitely are. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
No, I mean it's tough doing these interviews, but let's jump right into it. I know this is something that you love talking about. We're talking about your music, and I was listening to your three tracks that that the label sent over, and I have to say, it's like
Oh.
all three have different flavors.
They do. I've just been doing a little bit of exploration with kind of a rock based semi, but it's been fun. It's been fun doing different kinds of sounds, and I hope that everyone's enjoying the different palettes of taste.
Yeah. So okay. So in between, for example, say, what is your writing process? Is because with all three songs, with Mad, Friendly Fire, and Right Where You left me, it's all different vibes. So I was trying to figure out, like, oh
Right.
man, how did you get in that vibe for each song?
Well, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but the best way that I can think of is I had a conversation with a friend at one point, and they described it perfectly. They called it the stream. And when
Mhm.
you're writing and when you're working, it just comes and drops off ideas, melodies, uh, production styles, sounds. And I just kind of let the stream do the thing for me.
Mhm.
And I think we've both agreed that you just kind of have to leave yourself open and vulnerable and able to talk and able to just be a vessel and translate whatever that's telling you, as crazy as it sounds. But that's kind of how my writing process has been. I've been letting my mind talk for me, throw words down at a wall on a piece of paper and let the song come naturally.
Now, being from a group before and now doing your own stuff, I mean, does is there more pressure for you, or is it just like, okay, now I'm free, I don't have to, just keep myself within the fences of being in a group, that I can express myself more?
Right. I mean, there's always going to be moments. The solo touring life is always going to be a bit lonelier, and you're going to miss having other people to lean on, other people to hang out with, and just, I don't know, to even talk to and confide in. So that will always be a part that's missed as a solo act. But I definitely feel like there's less pressure, and I kind of feel like I'm carving out my own path and not a path that has been shown to me and told me and been told to me to follow.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been a little bit liberating, and I've been figuring out and learning a lot about myself.
No, I mean, it's great that you're fighting about yourself, is because we see it with, say, other, say, K-pop artists, say from Blackpink, that they're all doing their thing. Guys from BTS, they're all doing their thing individually. Now, for you, is because you it's actually a great spot that you're in, is because you did the whole group thing, and then you have the American vibe to it. I mean, is it something that you translate to your fans? Is because I know you have great fans around the world, where they're like, okay, whatever you do, they're gonna be vibing to it.
I don't know. I try to make the best music possible. I do agree that I feel like I'm in a very fortunate position because the 10 years in K-pop and the training at JYP and the performing with the band and Day Six for all those years has taught me so much about music that now more the question is more so what do I want to make and not how do I make it.
Mhm.
So in that sense, I feel like I am very fortunate. I've learned a lot of good lessons that are helping me today.
Okay, so let's jump into the songs. Let's jump into each of them, is because when I was listening to it, I had to listen to each of the songs twice, is because for
Hmm.
every song, there's something that you'd probably miss on the first take, but then when you get to the second take, you're like, oh man, I missed that sound, or something specific. Like for example, let's jump into Mad. Now Mad, you have this Justin Timberlake ish vibe, but still with the
Wow. Thank you.
K-pop K-pop vibe. And then when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, this is nice. So what was the story behind Mad?
The story behind Mad was I had a personal story about a situation that I really didn't enjoy.
Mm.
And in the Mad, I mean, during those months while going through that situation, I was just upset at everybody but the person. And I finally just, instead of venting to my friends or just ruminating on it all night, not being able to go to sleep, I decided to just throw it in a song. And that was that.
No, it was great. Is not only the song, the whole song in general is great, but then I love the way that you ended it. The ending is just like, oh, okay, that's like a great ending.
Right. So in all my songs, I think I try to lean towards alt production with like a
Yeah.
very pop top line. And that outro, that was Inverness, by the way, who produced that. Ridiculously amazing, talented producer. But yeah, we do that because I kind of just tend to lean a little bit more to the alt side, at least for production. And that was kind of a cool ending that I didn't even see coming. So thank you,
Yeah,
Inverness.
I didn't see that coming. Like when I heard it, I heard it the first time. I was like, wait, is that the end of the song? And then I saw the timer. Yeah, that's the end. And then I had to replay it again. And then I kind of knew when it was gonna end. I was like, oh man, that was genius, just the way that you ended that one.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
And so let's jump into something that I think a lot of people, especially here in the Philippines, would relate to is Friendly Fire. Uh,
Uh,
that is a great track. Is okay. So you went from this JT vibe, and then now you're telling a story, but then it's like happy-ish, and then
mm.
what was the process from Friendly Fire?
Friendly Fire was actually a song that I had been meaning to release for a long time. I've been playing it live for about releasing it, but if this felt like a correct narrative for my upcoming to be a part of the EP package that's coming to a close pretty soon with the following songs being released. But I'm kind of just glad that I found a pocket for it because fans have been waiting. But sorry, I just went on a little rant about how the song never came out. But how the song came together was we wrote it 2.5 years ago with an amazing writer, an amazing producer. Producer was Jorgen Odegaard, and the writer was Sean Douglas. And we kind of just got in a room and threw some words at the wall, and Jorgen was doing his thing, producing the song, and we were all writing, and the song came about, and I was very happy with the day.
No, it was nice. It's a nice song. It's because we all go through it. Is that sometimes your words you don't realize that it may hurt someone, or you do it on purpose, but then still you're not sure if they heard it.
Yeah, I mean, for the actual meaning of the song itself, a lot of the people or my fans that listen to the music know and hate this about me that every song I write is pretty much about a toxic relationship, and I don't
Yeah.
know why I do that. I guess that's just the thing that resonates the hardest within me. So my apologies to everyone who doesn't like those things.
No, no, no. You know what? I think maybe there's some portion that may not like it, but then this part of your song and say your other songs about toxic relationships, everyone has been through it, and they just want to know that hey, everyone sees the glossy part of say K-pop, but then they don't see the real person, and knowing that you've been through it, they're like, oh, okay, he's a regular guy.
I definitely am. And I try to drive that point home. I feel like I've said for probably all 10 years that I've been in the industry that, hey, I'm just a guy who likes music, and I'll definitely have flaws, and I'm not perfect in any regard. And I feel like more so that was probably one of the primary reasons I felt so strange in an environment where you're expected to be a role model and to be up to a certain standard. Because I knew
Mhm.
deep down inside that I don't even believe myself to fulfill that standard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some people that like, am I doing it right? Is this enough for my fans or for myself? Sometimes you're never happy with, say, the product that comes Now let's get to the last track that I heard, and this was far from the first two. This was like, oh man, where is this guy going? It's like, oh, it's because this is where I had to really listen to all the different elements of your sound. Is right where you left me, and you have Hindia with you. So, can tell us about that track?
Right where you left me. Okay, just to preface where I was when I wrote that, I had been tiptoeing around the genre of including anything that had rock elements into it, just because Day Six, my previous band, had been so invested in that, and I just didn't want to step on any toes. But after doing 2.5 years of trying to tippy toe around that, I realized having and like I played guitar in that band. My heart just goes to that genre of music. And I felt like I was just kind of lying to not just myself, but to literally everyone by tippy toeing around it. So I said, screw it, it's time. And I just decided to do what I like. And I'm so happy that I did, because a lot of the people that had been sad about my departure from that genre of music, I think felt somewhat filled by hearing my version of what that would sound like now.
Now, which is great, is because there are new fans that'll probably that probably have never heard of your Day Six, but then now
Yeah.
are just discovering you, and they're like, okay, man, this guy is pretty legit. And how did you get the collab with Dia?
So I stream on Twitch,
Mhm.
and I was doing a stream one day and I was asking for recommendations where I make a playlist on Spotify, and then they could throw songs in and then we listen to it together. And I give them my opinion, and I heard Hindia's voice like 1 second into the song. I was like, wait, this production is crazy. I think I remember this moment. And then his voice came in, and I immediately went to Instagram and I was like, hello, I am Jay. I am big fan. Would you like to do a collab at some point, or could we even have a conversation? And India is for as amazing of an artist as he is so humble and down to earth and kind. And we just kind of hit it off and had a great conversation. We got to working, we got to talking. I was able to send in a few songs, and he said he felt like he resonated the most with Right Where You Left Me. So we ended up doing that.
And it's amazing now how the music industry is because a lot of music that's being pushed globally is coming from Asia. And
Yeah.
it's so amazing is that everyone has their shine. Everyone's going to be able to make a dent in the music industry. Now, how do you feel, being part of this wave of, okay, just keep pushing? It's considered, like, for example, I wouldn't consider, I hate it when people say K-pop. The reason why, it's just pop. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't call it American pop, Euro pop,
Yeah.
it's just pop. Pop is pop. So how do
Yeah.
you feel being part of this wave that people are discovering or loving more?
I honestly, personally, I think it's really cool just specifying on Korean pop or K-pop, I'll call it.
Mhm.
I feel like I came from an era where if you listen to it, like people would make fun of you, and like it just felt like, at least because I grew up in America. So to an extent, some people would look down on the genre, but I'm so glad that K-pop is getting the recognition and especially the respect that it deserves, because being in that system makes you really see how hard people work there.
Mhm.
And it is beyond any kind of work ethic I can describe. A lot of these people really, really are 100% all in on their career. So it just makes me happy that people are getting the respect that I think that they should be getting.
No, it's amazing. Is because I had this conversation. We were talking about K-pop groups in general. Is that, like, during their concerts they would wear their own merch, and that's something that you wouldn't see, like, say, a Western artist do. Is like, oh, okay, is that, obviously that's the way to push the merch, but then still it's just like, hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, you're pushing something new to other people.
I think I've learned a lot of things while being in the genre of music, and even small things like wearing your merch. I think that's very intelligent. And
Yes.
also, it just kind of further shows and pushes like how creative K-pop can be within the
Yeah.
spectrum that it's in.
Now, do you still stream on Twitch?
I do every now and then, but I have dialed back a lot just because of tour prep and getting the EP together. I have crazy ADHD, especially
Mhm.
with my music. So, for example, this EP that hasn't even been done yet, I'm already past this and done with it. The world is made, the story is done, the text is written, the tour is ready. I already have my next EP done, so I'm waiting to go on that one.
Okay, so when can your fans here in Manila catch you, or if you're gonna be around the region? Is because I think a lot of Filipinos, they love to either they'd watch you here or they'd fly out to see you where you are in Asia.
Yeah. So in September, I will be doing my Asia leg of the When the Rain Stop Following Me tour, specifically September 1st. I will be at SM North. It's a Sky Dome. So I
Sweet.
am very excited to see everybody and hopefully you.
Oh yeah, man, just drop on by. Is because usually on the show there's three others, so we're called Boys Night Out. But that's a question that we'll always ask any artist is, what's your boys' night out? What's when you're just hanging with your friends?
Man, I'm a homebody. I I started having like panic attacks and stuff when I was a few years younger than I am now. And I just don't like going out anymore. So, a boys' night out for me is I'm in Discord with all the boys and we are probably gaming.
Okay, and what games are you playing?
Right now, I am heavily invested into a new game that came out called Arena Breakout Infinite. Good game.
Mm.
Great game, actually.
Okay, we got to check that one out. Is because we have we have three gamers like myself. We have Gino and Tin. So we got to check that one out. But
Amazing.
yeah, why don't you invite our listeners, our viewers to catch all three songs, and of course wait for your EP and see you here in Manila. Why don't you invite them?
Amazing. Well, hello everyone that is listening. I am Jay, also known as eaJ for my music, and I appreciate you guys having me. It's an honor to be here, and I hope you guys stream and like the music that I'm putting out. And hopefully, I will catch you guys on September 1st at the SM North EDSA Sky Dome.
All right. Thank you, each. And, it's been a pleasure chatting it up with you. And hopefully, when you're here in Manila, we will see you
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
anytime. Yeah.